So instead of saying the letters, you sing them like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, like in The Sound of Music. So today, welcome to the first lesson of our music theory series. Yes, music theory, don't panic yet. I promise this isn't one of those terrifying university lectures where you instantly regret your life choices. Today we're starting with something extremely simple, the musical alphabet. You've probably seen it before. It goes like this: C, D, E, F, G, H. Wait, no, sorry, my bad, there is no H in the musical alphabet. If there were, music students everywhere would probably cry. So let's try that again: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now each of these notes also corresponds to something called solfège, which is basically the singable version of the notes. So instead of saying the letters, you sing them like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, like in The Sound of Music. If you've ever dramatically sung on a hill somewhere, you already know this system. The simple way to think about it is the letters are the official names of the notes. The do, re, mi stuff is how we sing them. Now here's where things get slightly more interesting. In Western music, we don't actually just have 7 notes. We have 12 notes in total. Let me show you. Starting from C, the notes go like this, and then we're back to C again. So that's 12 notes before everything repeats. But here's a funny little quirk in the system. Between E and F, there is no sharp. And between B and C, there is also no sharp. Those two pairs are already right next to each other. In music theory terms, we say they are separated by a half step. Basically, they're already as close together as 2 notes can get. Now here's an important concept you should remember. If you start on a C and go all the way up to the next C, you've moved through 12 half steps. That distance is called an octave. An octave is just the distance from one note to the next version of the same note. So C to next C 1 octave. Easy. Now let's think about this in a simpler way. Earlier we practiced counting numbers, right? So today we can practice counting something else. In music, when we move through the notes of a scale, we often count them like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when you reach 8, you've arrived at the octave. So the 8th note is basically the same note again, just higher. Pretty neat. So today we actually learned several important things. First, the musical alphabet. Second, the solfège system. Third, Western music contains 12 notes in total. And finally, when you move from one note to the next version of itself, that distance is called an octave. Look at that, we learned real music theory. Congratulations! You are now officially slightly more dangerous around a piano. For today, that's enough brain damage. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so you can receive more weird education from this channel. See you next time. Bye!